Chelsea, you were asked if you would ever come to Spurs and you said, never, I love the Chelsea fans too much. What's changed?
Yeah, before I was sacked.
Given your association with Chelsea, could you ever see yourself at Tottenham?
I can firmly say no, and you can replay that again in 10 years or whatever you want.
I am humble. I am humble enough to try to analyze, which was what I did, to try to analyze my career, not just the last year, but to analyze my career, the evolution, the problems, the solutions. I was humble enough for that. The principle of the analyze was not to blame anyone else.
Do you think not winning the final in the Champions League play a toll in the squad of Mauricio Pochettino?
I don't know, because I never lost a Champions League final.
I'm happy to go up against Jose, because I think for me to play under him as a player, and it was a big influence on my career. To go up against him last year for Derby against Manchester United was a big deal for me, and you know that remains. I'll always have respect for him for that side of it. The bigger thing is Chelsea-Tottenham, and what that rivalry means, what it should mean to our players and us, because that's the beauty of football. It's rivalries, is what you feel about your club, and what our fans will demand on Sunday is that we show on the pitch what they feel watching the game.
My club is always the best club in the world. The best, the biggest is always my club.
We were having some fun on the line. I get on well with Jose, and I think he said that to me. I commented on the fact that he seemed to speak to the referee more than he was speaking to his players. So just a moment with us. I've got a huge amount of respect for Jose. No matter what we say on the touchline, I think he probably was feeling the sense of the first half and how it was. But all was very well at the end of the game. That will never change.
With Frank, the most important thing is my feelings to him is more important than any words that we change. My feelings to him are, I will always owe him everything that he gave me. He gave me everything he had as a player, and I never forget that. So my feelings towards him will be always feelings of how much I owe him for such an incredible player, friend, and professional that he was. The only thing that I was telling him was that was an opinion, just an opinion of an old coach to a young, talented coach, which was, when the players need us is when they are losing. When they are winning, we don't need to be the protagonists of the touchline. We need to be there when they are losing. And the last match, when they were losing 3-0, I felt sorry for him, because he was really, really sad and quiet in his chair. So it was just, in terms of football, I have nothing to teach him. He knows football up and down. He's a fantastic coach. It was just an opinion. Stay on the touchline when your team is losing, and stay calm when your team is winning.
Jose Mourinho works at a lot of football clubs, and we have to respect his right to work. On the other hand, I was here for 13 years as a player. Have an absolutely deep feeling for the club, and I obviously went to Manchester City for a year at the end of my career, but Chelsea is certainly something very close to my heart, hence why I'm so proud to manage this club, and hence why unfortunately I wouldn't manage Tottenham. And that's no disrespect to Tottenham. I've got a lot of friends that are Tottenham fans and Arsenal fans, etc., but sometimes there are feelings when you're in it that there are some things you wouldn't do, not disrespectful to the club, but just because of what Chelsea's given me over my time here as a player, what it's given me now. It's something that's certainly not on my list.
To play James or Aspilicueta, to play Chilwell, Alonso or Emerson, to play Mandi, or to play the most expensive goalkeeper of the history of the Premier League. Chelsea has an amazing squad, so I'm not even worried about who is going to play, because they only have very good players.
You don't have a record as decorated as Jose Mourinho has as a manager without being a very talented coach. And for all of us, the game is so reactionary at the moment, particularly in the modern era with social media reactions, that form will always be judged very harshly for any manager that they are, and Tottenham are in good form. So they're on a good run, they have good players, they have a good manager. They just will be a very difficult game for us.
The same way I gave everything to make Chelsea supporters smile and be happy. That's exactly the same desire I have to give everything to Tottenham fans and to make them smile and be happy, and that's what I want to try on Sunday.
We had a lot of good moments and also a couple of bad ones, and they always stick in your mind sometimes as much, but they are not important on Sunday. My moments or memories from yesteryear, what's important is what we do on the pitch.
A big hug before the game and another big hug after the game, that's for sure, independent of results, independent of who is happy. I think our feelings are going to be forever. I will be always grateful to him for what he gave me as a player, and nothing is going to change. I love the guy. I will always love the guy. I hope he loses Sunday.